Well, it's 20 past 9. We've been on watch since about 6 o'clock. So we've watched the sun come up today. And as you can see, it's a great day. So it's been really lovely morning, although a bit tiring when we first started. We're still on a bearing around 265 degrees, so we're heading west. And we're right on the run line at the moment, which is perfect. And we've forecast some good winds today. You can see the swell behind me. It's come up a little bit more this morning. And when you're helming, it's just a case of feeling your feet lifting up, correcting for it, and feeling the boat come down. And this is the swell that we've started to have after the first couple of days. And Julian, our skipper, tells us as the trade winds come up a bit more, you get a bit more of that swell, and that's the Atlantic roll that we've been hearing so much about. But it's actually quite comfortable to helm. This boat is balanced really well. Here comes the swell, just correct, and let it come back. The wind's gusting around between about 15 degrees, so you've just got to keep an eye on it as we go, but we're keeping a pretty steady course. We're goose-winged at the moment, and what Julian has done is to put them both onto the roller furling gear in different grooves, and both on the same halyard. So should we need to reef, we can roll them both up together, which is quite a useful thing if we get any squalls coming through. No reefs in the main at the moment. We have about 11 knots of true wind as we're sailing at the moment. And since 6 o'clock, we've been averaging about 8.5 knots. We've had a really good night. The other watch had a good night as well. So we're really kind of heading to our destination on course, which is really great.
It's become clear that most of B-Watch have a need for speed, mostly led by Dave, our watch leader and most experienced sailor.
I sailed on yachts in Australia for 6 or 7 years, but that was 20 years ago. Really done very little since, a bit of sun sail, a bit of dinghy sailing, and that's about it. I turned 50 earlier this year, and my wife thought it would be a good idea to mark the milestone with an experience, and so she organised the whole thing, and it was a complete surprise to me. I only found out about 2 months before we left. I think the sailing's pretty much as I expected. I didn't expect winds over 25 knots, and we haven't had that. Sea probably a little bit lumpier than I thought. I thought that with the trade winds it would be a bit flatter, but yeah, very much as I expected. Julian's been outstanding. You know, the trust that he has put in everybody with his boat right from the off has been amazing. He's quite happy just to go down below, let us get on with it, and as long as we don't stray more than 30 degrees off course, he's quite content. And the second mate, Kate, yeah, she's been brilliant. She's helped us out through a number of minor crises at all different points of the day. And as for Susie, well, the food's been absolutely outstanding. I don't think I've eaten more or better in my life, and I just hope my wife's not listening to that bit.
And on such a perfect day, Julian suggested we got a different perspective on the crew. And then right on cue, we had some visitors.